Back here on Radio Row, Super Bowl 52, inside the Mall of America. It's a Zach Gelb show right here on Fox Sports 920 The Jersey. And now joining us is Sherice Brown and also Pro Football Hall of Famer Tim Brown. I have to be polite. Ladies first, so how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Zach.
We're going to ask the real personal questions right out of the gate as you're here with Kay Jewelers. How long have you two been married for?
We will be married 21 years in June.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes. Thank you very much.
And how did Tim propose to you? That's what I want to get to.
Oh, that's a good one, Zach.
I still owe her a better proposal. Let's just put it that way.
Really? Didn't turn out the way you wanted it to?
No. Brother was a little nervous.
Yes.
So it just sort of happened. It was no setup at all. So
it kind of just happened. Him just asking, and so the kids are like, "Dad, okay, we're going to have to help you. You're going to have to do this again." You see all these amazing proposals now, and all of a sudden they're like, "Mom, how did Dad propose to you?" I said, "Well, he just kind of got down on one knee."
Well, we didn't have social media back in the day. So you didn't have to worry about that. So
he did the traditional proposal. He got down on one knee, said, "Would you marry me?" And okay, boom.
Yes,
and 21 years later, it's a happy marriage.
Exactly.
So that's all you could ask for.
That's it.
Before we get to Kay, let's get into this game a little bit, and let's look at Nick Foles. The timing that a quarterback needs with his wide receiver is so important. They lose their star in Carson Wentz in Week 14. They struggled a little bit, and I don't think that's just a coincidence. I thought a lot of it was timing, and now he's playing his best football.
No, he's playing good football again. And, if I'm New England, I'm a little concerned because the guy really played exceptional football in the NFC Championship game. So I think from that standpoint, if he can continue that, man, understanding that he has a great defense behind him, that you don't have to make that tight throw, check the ball down. If the guy gets the first down, cool. If not, then let's just move on and play defense, So I think from that standpoint, man, it's they're in a very good position when it comes to Nick Foles. The great thing about Nick is he's played at a very high level. This is not a guy who has been a journeyman or anything of that nature. I mean, he's played for a couple of different teams, but at the same time, when you look at what he's played extremely well. And I think, man, you would love to have a backup quarterback like that, a guy who's played very well and at a high level in the league.
You know how cliche it is, but the battle in trenches really do win football games.
No doubt.
And if you look at the Eagles' offensive line, they've been tremendous all year. Even after losing Jason Peters and the Eagles' defensive line, they can get pressure on Brady. That's a big key to this game.
No doubt. I mean, look, when you look at the Patriots, you go, how is this team here? Until you start talking about one guy. And then that's why this team is here. I mean, defensively, they don't impress you. Offensively, really, they don't impress you with the guys. But this doggone guy, Tom Brady, man, when he gets the ball in his hands, he has the ability to do the magical things. So, I certainly think this is a game the Eagles should win. But at the same time, they cannot have Tom Brady with the ball in his hands with a chance to win at the end of the game because he will win the game. I mean, he's proven that time and time again.
Who's your favorite wide receiver right now in the National Football League?
Probably Julio Jones. I love watching him. He's a big guy. Usually for me, when I see big guys, I say, oh, he can't run routes, he can't do this. But not Julio Jones. He can do it all. I think this guy has the ability to take over a game whenever he wants to.
I don't want to make you feel old, but I'm a little bit younger, and I remember watching you play with Jerry Rice.
Sure.
Give me a little bit about that relationship with you and Jerry towards the end in Oakland.
Man, it was great. I mean, Jerry and I could have literally played together our whole careers because we were totally different receivers. He wants to be out there. I just tell him all the time, you want to be out there with all your pretty long towel and all that kind of stuff, and they're running your little pretty routes. Well, I'm in there banging against the linebackers and safeties on the inside. I mean, that's what I love to do, and he loved to be outside. So we had an incredible relationship, man, on the field, off the field, and still do. And, he's a guy that I had a chance early in the 90s to go to San Francisco. Al wouldn't let me go, of course. But it would have been very interesting to see what would have happened because I think we could have played together for a long time.
What do you remember about the day you got into the Hall of Fame?
I just remember the emotions, man, the feeling as if, wow, this thing is finally come to pass, and I've been waiting for it for a few years. But at the same time, man, just the elation of knowing that I don't ever have to worry about this again. I'd say all the time, you never know how much you worried about stuff until you don't have to worry about it anymore. He's like, man, I used to think about that quite a bit. Well, now I don't have to worry about that anymore.
And Sherice, now it's so public.
Yes.
If Tim was playing now, there's Twitter. You have to deal with all the eggheads. I hate you, Tim Brown. And you know what? People take personal shots. It's ridiculous.
Definitely.
But you still had to grow up and be with someone that played in the National Football League and was very close to them.
Definitely.
How did you deal with it when, he had a big hit on him or something like that? How did you deal with that personally?
I always tell people Tim played so safe to me. He would catch the ball and get down. So he didn't, sustain a lot of injuries or anything like that. I didn't see him take a lot of big hits. Thank the Lord for that. But one thing I can say is that he played smart. And that always impressed me because I would watch from a suite, and I would watch the television or the little television, not looking directly on the field, because just in case,
like it's a different
like
view
it's a different view or something. But they can kind of warn me and say, "Oh my God, Tim took a hit" or whatever. But I just, it was just hard being a mom now who has we have a 14-year-old. No, I keep saying 14. Our twins just turned 15. That's playing football. And I'm telling you, I'm watching the game and I'm watching him and I'm like, okay, now I'm a mother watching the game as opposed to a wife watching the game. And I'm like this. I'm on pins and needles like, okay, Lord, let him just catch the ball and go down. But he has such a great example of, how to do it, and Tim teaches him the proper way. So that right there gives me a little comfort and ease with the game, definitely.
I know you guys got to run real quickly and get to the next interview. Tell me about K Jewelers.
K Jewelers, a ring of excellence, man. They've done an incredible job with this ring of excellence. This is actually Jerry Rice's ring. At the end of this year, every Hall of Famer will be will have their ring of excellence, man. Over 175 players, so. That's not a cheap ring for K2.
Can I take it? Goodbye, guys. Catch you later.
And I'm really here kind of promoting K Jewelers for Valentine's Day, so I can show you a few little beautiful trinkets and this little beautiful pendant as well. So just trying to help the guys get out there early and get your loved ones and beautiful wife some beautiful jewelry from K.
All right, proposal. A lot of nice jewelry, though, so I guess it makes up for it. Tim and Sherice Brown, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
We'll take a quick break. Be back right after this on Radio Row.